All right, guys, let's go over the stock market. My thoughts on everything that is going on right now. I think right now is the time to be sitting back and just be patient because I've mentioned this so many times in the past. Nvidia has been the one leading the market. If Nvidia is not running, if it's having a lot of red days, if it starts dumping, holy crap, this thing was at a high of 975. So if Nvidia just starts trending down, that more than likely signals, I'm not going to say a bear market, but it definitely signals some kind of downtrend, a bigger pullback across the markets. Because if we look right now, I mean, Bit F, it's red, Riot red. A lot of stocks are way too expensive for my taste. I want Riot at $10, as you'll see here. Let me pull back the chart. You'll notice this thing has been trading between 10 and 20 for the past what, year? So for the past year, this thing since June, not even since April of last year or May of last year to be more specific, it's just been going sideways between $10 and $20. So of course, my price target for buying this stock is at $10. I'm not going to buy anywhere here in this dead zone. I can be patient. I can wait. As long as it's going to follow this pattern, it's going to eventually come back down under $10. So I'm looking to buy again under $10, swing it back to $15, $20, somewhere around there. Swing it for the 50% plus. So that's what I'm waiting for on Riot. I've been patient. Believe me, I wish it could just go straight down to 10. But just to be clear, I will alert it in the Discord when this thing hits $10. I don't know if I'll buy it right away. We'll see. We need it to bottom out down here and then we buy in. Because if we buy at 10 and then it goes lower, we're going to feel like fools. So let's, don't have a limit order down there. Just sit back, let it come down to 10, and then we'll see how it reacts at that price level. We should see buyers at around that point. That's when buyers get, that's when people get interested in this stock. Like, ooh, right at $10. But no one wants it right now. It's absolutely coming down. And that's just happening with a lot of stocks right now across the markets. SoFi, of course, after that huge convertible note, we'll see how low this thing goes. I'm not buying it. Not here. Not yet. I think it's gonna. I think if Nvidia starts pulling back really hard, we're gonna see this one under 7 in no time. Silver, a little too expensive for my taste. I've talked about this one several times. Like, hey, look at this trading range since 2020, what, 2023? Yeah, since early 2023, it's been trading between 20 and 24. Do you really want to buy when it's near the top here? No, you don't. So let's wait for this to come down. Same thing. It's the same. That's really, we want to buy cheap, guys. We don't want to buy it when it's expensive. Palantir, I had my eyes on this one, but again, it's looking like it's gonna pull back. I don't want to be a part of that and be that guy that bought the top. I've made that mistake several times before. Now I'm smarter. So yeah, don't right now is not the time to be touching stocks unless unless you're chasing some runner. But I don't chase runners. I mainly swing trade. I don't want to sit there watching candles print. So and I can be patient. I can wait. This one FSR. Yeah, that thing is the next mullet. It's just gonna keep going lower and lower. BKKT looks like it's forming a bear flag here. A lot of people were telling me, oh, this one's going to move. It's going to go. It's super cheap, easy double. And don't get me wrong, in the past, I said, hey, if this thing comes down to $1, I mean, it's going to be a winner, right? 'Cause it was trading within this range here, but let me see if yeah, there we go. There's the trading range. It looked good for a trade opportunity, for a nice swing back to the top, but for a nice 50% plus. But yeah, that's not happening. It's anyone who bought right now is holding a bag, unless if they didn't take the loss, they're holding a bag. Uh, Bear flag. That's what that looks like. It looks like it's gonna break down and go lower. So I'm not touching it. Like a stock has to bottom out, or else it's just gonna keep going down like FSR. FSR is just gonna keep going down. BKKT well on its way to following in FSR's footsteps. AITX, you guys know, I think this is bottomed out down here. If we switch to the monthly, it's as bottomed out as it can get down here. So this is the buy zone, in my opinion. On the daily, it's just been going sideways here. It's like it's not even like going lower. It's just sitting here at 002, 003. So it's been doing that what since December since what, late November up until now. So what, 3 months? Yeah, 3 months going on to 4 months. It's just been going sideways down here. That's a bottom. When something's just going sideways above a level, you know, for 4 months, well, almost 4 months. I mean, that's if we saw BKKT doing that, then I'd be like, hey, nah, not a bad idea to low down here at this 4 month support. But that's not the case with BKKT or FSR for that matter. But AITX down here sitting at support. It's just about waiting for the catalyst. Some people don't have the patience for that, so they're just gonna sit there, you know, watching it, and then when it runs, they'll chase it at the top. I'm sure that seems to be the pattern with its penny stocks. People just don't want to sit on it. I am more than happy to sit on it if it's at the bottom. I don't think there's many stocks to talk about right now. Everything's just red, red. Even Tilray red. It's near a bottom here. It is within the load zone, but again, you don't want to just blindly throw money at it. You want to see if it's going to bottom out. So you see, it's within the load zone, but let's wait and see what the market's going to do as a whole. Because I mean, it's a red candle close today, more than likely. Going to come back down and maybe retest 1.5 where it previously bounced. So let's wait. It really is just a test of patience, for me at least. Soundhound, I have my eyes on that one. It's inside the wedge. Let's see if it breaks to the upside. I'm watching for a break of 620, and that should send it to possibly 7 plus. So that's probably the only play on my watch list. Like that's the only one where there's an opportunity there if there's a breakout. Which when this thing breaks out, I mean, it runs right when it breaks out. But that's about it. Everything else is besides silver and gold. Everything else is just red. Snapchat red, Ford red. I mean, everything's just red everywhere. CLSK red. And yeah, Bitcoin miners are red, even though Bitcoin itself is absolutely ripping. That's also concerning. That's a huge concern of that's something that's really concerning. Bitcoin has been running, but miners have been like running in the opposite direction. Like where's Bitcoin? Let's pull up BTC here. Yeah, look at that. It's just been running day after day after day, and miners are doing the exact opposite of running. A lot of people said, "Oh, when halving comes, we're going to get huge runners. The miners are going to explode," but that's not what's happening, unfortunately. And I'm not going to chase again. I'm not going to chase this anyways. I was never going to buy, even if no. I'll wait for it to get nice and cheap. So that's also it is concerning though. Like Bitcoin is running, usually miners follow, but that's not the case. I don't know why that is. I don't really care why. I'm just not gonna touch it at that point, right? What's funny though is Bito is it is following it, and Coinbase is following it too. So there's that. But other than that, I'm looking at my watch list. I don't see anything else of note. Yeah, at this point, with the big boys being all red, I mean, it could potentially be the start of a downtrend. I mean, we've been running. Let me look at the RSI. I don't really look at the RSI, but let's look at it. I don't even look at volume. Who cares about volume? I just want bottoms. I don't care about volume. I just want bottoms. RSI, yeah, we've been hot on the RSI since basically the beginning of the year. We've just been running hot. And this is what Meta. We're not even talking about Microsoft or Spy or where's Spy? Q. I mean, we've just been absolutely going on a gargantuan run here on the big boys. So it's no surprise that I mean, eventually we were going to get some kind of dump, some kind of pullback, take profit cycle, whatever you want to call it. It was eventually going to happen. So I'm not. Maybe that's why Bitcoin miners are struggling. Maybe that's why Bitcoin miners are tanking because the market as a whole is coming down. So maybe that's why they're coming down despite Bitcoin running. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird because I'm pretty sure the ETFs are. Let me see. Bito. Yeah, this one is. It's up $1. So what's that? ARC B. ARC B is that? Yeah, that moved up at $2.90. So like these are doing a better job of following Bitcoin versus the miners. The miners are just red. They're just red. Like they're just dumping. So it could be just because miners are, I guess, decided to follow the market instead of Bitcoin. I don't know what's going on there. I'm not going to overthink it, but I think right now is the time to sit back, be patient, let the stocks come down nice and cheap. That's where we want them, anyways. And that is it for the video. Just keep an eye on SoundHound, see if it breaks out in the coming days.